Hey, Dr. C here with you. I want to talk to you about one of my new favorite foods. This is squid, and it's being called the new chicken of the sea. So I guess sorry Charlie in more ways than one. I stumbled across this. I've always eaten some here and there and never thought a lot about it either way. You know, the most common versions I've seen have been in restaurants where it's like fried and it's, calamari versions. And I've never been a fan of fried food, so I guess I never had much squid. Occasionally, I've had a friend who's an Italian chef who would grill up the whole squid tubes, and those were great. But I never really made it at home or thought much more through it. In doing the work for the new thyroid book, I realized about the importance of modulating iodine and being at a strategic level of iodine. And I hated the idea of just cutting out the whole category of seafood. There's such strong evidence about seafood being a positive thing for our health. So I really dug through to see what are some versions of seafood that are tasty, that are easy to work with, that are nutritious, that are cost effective, that are sustainable, and don't have crazy amounts of iodine. And putting all those filters in place, squid did really well. Squid came out great. And I read about that and learned about it and realized, hey, I need to know how to cook with this stuff. I need to be better and handier with using squid in the kitchen. So I did just that. And it's really easy to cook with. You know, you can get squid steaks that are kind of rectangular shaped with rounded edges. You can find these in most supermarkets. They're frozen. They're not expensive as far as seafood goes. Typically $9 a pound is what I've seen. And the frozen versions are as good or better than those you can find fresh, which are a little less common, but I have seen those too. So the squid steaks are amongst my favorite. You can also get the tubes, which are, tubes, or you can get the whole squid, which you clean. Not that hard, but the steaks are so easy to work with, and they're, just as easy to find and more cost effective. So some good things about squid, well, it's low in iodine, there's that. It's a great source of clean protein. It's low calorie overall. You've got a lot of vitamin B12, nice dose of riboflavin, copper, B6, good amount of selenium, super important for your thyroid. Vitamin E, omega-3 fats. This is a low cholesterol food and a low fat food in general. Now, as far as seafoods go, this is also one of the more sustainable types. In general, we're better off with the domestic forms, which are from California, or from Mexico's Gulf of California, or from the South Pacific. And not so much in terms of contaminants, because that's also not a big concern for squid, but more so for sustainability. It's also ridiculously easy to cook, if I didn't mention that. My favorite way to cook it is just to sear the steaks. You can serve them warm, or after searing, you can drop them in a cold ice bath, chop them up and use them on a salad. You can also cook them low and slow, like low temperature, long period of time, and that works really well like in the context of a seafood gumbo. But I tried a lot of recipes. I think my favorite one was just lime and garlic. So basically just getting a pan hot, misting it with a little bit of a heat-resistant oil. I like safflower a lot nowadays. So got a hot pan. You got some squid. Before cooking it, it works well to let it come closer to room temperature. So letting it sit out for a while and just warm up closer to room temperature for about, an hour. If it's frozen, first thaw it. So just letting it sit out on some plates or metal cookie trays so the heat dispenses more quickly. And that might take a few hours from frozen. But if refrigerated, maybe an hour or so. So get it to room temperature, also salt it and pepper it. Just put salt and pepper on both sides. Let it sit and come to a nice even temperature. You've got this hot pan. I take about, per squid steak, probably like 3 cloves of crushed garlic and about half of a juiced lemon. And I'll cook the squid steak on one side for about 2 minutes at a hot flame, turn it over 2 more minutes, add some garlic on top, briefly cover it, let the garlic cook in, and serve that with the lime on top. So that easy. Or if you were to want that for a salad, take the same thing. I would skip the garlic and lime, but just chop it up and throw it in some ice water. So we'll get you some recipes, but yeah, the new chicken of the sea, squid. Awesome stuff, easy to cook with, and not weird, not hard, and not exotic anymore. All right, Dr. C with you. Take great care, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.